What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Around the Monitor. I'm your host, Zach, and welcome to the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. The way things work here, we talk through the week's news in gaming. Every time somebody makes an interesting point or a funny joke, I give them a point, and whoever has the highest score at the end of the show wins for that week. If you like the show, you can catch it live on twitch.tv/SaveDataTeam every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But if not, no worries. It goes up the very following day on our YouTube as well as podcast services around the globe. If you watch the show live, you can use the Twitch channel points to influence the score by either giving points or taking away points from people you agree or disagree with or just don't like. But joining me once again, we've got a guy who's pretty ambivalent on Psychonauts. That's Chris.
It's Thursday. You know what that means.
We surely do. Followed by the Ace Attorney, Pridge.
Good evening, everyone.
The Hockey Sticks and Sickle herself, Elise.
Need to make a correction to last week's statement. Number one, Dorothea stan.
Hilda, you're out. Dorothea, you're in. And last but not least, first time on the show, you might know him as the host of the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, Mr. Bad Bit himself. It's Joseph. Joseph, if this is the first time people have heard about you, please give us the elevator pitch on Joseph.
Yeah, so I host a little podcast called The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast that premieres each and every Thursday. Pretty much it's just where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation each and every week. And we run down the latest PlayStation news, reviews, and all that good stuff. So you can find the video version on YouTube of the Trophy Room channel, and you can find the Trophy Room podcast wherever you find your podcast services. So we fought Tim Apple. We got the podcast back on Apple feeds after that awful launch they had on Apple Podcasts. Awful launch, Tim Apple. I'll fight you for a fifth time. We're also on Spotify, Google Play, wherever you find a podcast service of choice. We're probably there. And if we're not, go to PS Trophy Room on Twitter. You let us know. We'll be on that podcast service of choice because that's the name of the game. So
there we go.
That's pretty much it, man.
Do you think you could take Tim Cook on a fight if you needed to?
Oh, yeah. What's he going to do? He's going to send a drone. He's going to like swoop me up and I'm like hovering over the mothership. And I could take out Tim Cook.
He's a multi-billionaire, so it's you're morally justified in doing so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Crowned and pound this 65-year-old man.
Tim looks pretty frail. I think I could take him.
Yeah. Me and Elise, we'll double team this guy. We'll give him the cold stone stunner and all that. Like, we're fine.
I appreciate very good. But we always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order. And folks, this week we got some leaks about the new PlayStation VR for the PlayStation 5. We don't know too much about it, but we have heard some rumors about different specs and details going on there. My question to you all is, the current model of PlayStation VR, in its lifetime so far, we have information up to January 2020. How many copies has PlayStation VR sold?
That you mean like the headset and the things, right? The little like dongles.
Well, the dongles don't come attached, but the headset, yes.
Can I buzz in? Buzz?
So
you just
say whatever.
Well, buzz because I want to be polite. Over 5 million units.
5 million. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Joseph will know this, considering he's the PlayStation guy. But
I hope, dude. It'd be very embarrassing if I don't.
It is like geared towards him, right?
Mm-hmm. That was unintentional. It was just tied to the topic. But now that you mention it, fair. I mean, he does host a podcast called The
I'm gonna go a little more pessimistic. I'm gonna say 3 million.
3 million.
I'm gonna go a little more optimistic. I'll say 8 million.
8 million.
I'll say 6 million.
6 million. The correct answer, surprising maybe nobody, Joseph nailed it right on the head, folks. It's 5 million units.
Fair enough. All right.
That does mean the correct order will be Joseph, followed by Pridge, followed by Chris. Yes.
It's me.
3 is closer to 5 than 8. Yes. And last but not least will be Elise. Let's talk about this week's topics. We've got PlayStation is working on 25 PlayStation 5 games, and apparently half of them, or roughly so, are new franchises. Ubisoft has announced that it will be focusing less on AAA title games, focusing more on free-to-play games. Then they very quickly walked that statement back after the internet had a shitstorm about that. Gabe Newell says that...
Nah, JK.
Yeah, right. We didn't say that. We didn't mean it. Gabe Newell says that Valve games might start coming to consoles soon. The Yakuza games...
What Valve games?
That's the joke there. Yakuza moving forward will now be a turn-based game after the success of Yakuza Like a Dragon. However, they will still have the Judgment series as a spin-off, which will still do the action combat. Sega,
yes.
Sega has announced that it wants to make a super game, whatever that means. Remedy Studios apparently has 6 new games in development. That is the maker of Control. PlayStation 5 VR got some new details, as mentioned previously, and it sounds pretty beefy. The creator of VVV and Dicey Dungeons now has a new game in Roblox that you can go check out. Sony says that the superconductor shortage that we've been hearing about will affect PlayStation 5 supplies through 2022, so good luck getting a copy if you haven't already.
Yeah, fucking seriously.
Mario
tried again today, didn't get in.
the Mario Odyssey team from Nintendo is now working on a new Donkey Kong game, according to rumors. We got more details about how E3 will function as an online event this year. And in the the Epic v Apple lawsuit, we got more details leaked about Epic's strategy to compete with Steam, apparently including the information that they wanted to get Sony exclusives for PC on their platform. Joseph, plenty of news to talk about. Some of it PlayStation. What would you like to kick? I mean, do you? I'm curious. Are you going to go no PlayStation news? Are you tired of talking about PlayStation news?
Here's the thing. I've been on countless podcasts this week, and they're like, Joe, what is your thoughts about the AAA stuff? Joe, what's your thought about Resident Evil? Joe, what's a PlayStation? I'm old. I don't know things. And
is that one of those Nintendos?
Exactly. I'm like, shut up, man. Just shut up. But nonetheless, I want to still talk about PlayStation. This is my bread and butter. So I would like to talk about the thing no one talking about here, folks. That is the PlayStation 5 VR.
Ooh.
What it is, what the possibilities could be, and some of the crazy tech that I don't think we're really paying a lot of attention to. All right. Because it seems a little ludicrous.
Please,
I'd like to talk about that.
Please educate us. Tell us about that PlayStation VR 5, 2, however they want to call it.
Okay, so I got this report. I brought up the PlayStation, the trophy room notes tonight. Okay, because we talked a little bit about this, but apparently this headset will have. Should I read the article, or you want me to just say the synopsis of?
Give us the synopsis.
All right. So the synopsis is that this thing is going to be 4K, right? And usually we're used to 4K being 380 over 201, I think, or something. 2,100, whatever.
350.
This
over
will
2 days.
actually. There you go. You got
40
it.
by 2100, I think.
This one will be over 4,000 by 2,000. And it has some pretty awesome features like eye tracking. So, in VR where you're like moving all around, it kind of gets you a little tired. Well, eye tracking within the camera will make it so that you can look at an area where you want to throw, and you can then actually just throw the object that way, where you don't have to move your whole body, or you don't even necessarily need a camera anymore. The camera, it seems like it's just going to be out of the question, which is really nice. The other thing that they have, and here's where we get really crazy here, okay? Now, everybody's loves the haptic feedback of the PlayStation VR, the PlayStation DualSense controller. They are going to have that, not just in the controllers, but in the headset itself. So not only are you getting this 4K headset, not only is it going to have some pretty crazy tech in terms of eye tracking and movement tracking, but you're going to have haptic feedback in the headset. And to just paraphrase, or just to read one sentence from this GameSpot article, it says this: with the upcoming PSVR headset, players could experience the wind on their face or a headshot in VR for the first time.
What?
Think about that.
What copy editor looked at that and was like, "It's good, send it out."
Yeah.
God.
But and here's the thing: it's like, as crazy as it seems, it's like, do I want to have like a JFK simulator? I don't think so.
No.
I said this on the trophy room. I don't want to get grassy knolled. I'm out. I don't know why people want to experience blunt trauma to my face. It's not a pretty face, but it's one I need. You know?
See, you're harping on the headshot thing a lot. What about the wind? Is it just some guy?
Again, Kyle said this on the show. It's like we're getting so close with this headset to be one of those 4D theater experiences.
Yeah.
We're gonna get missed in the face when it rains. Like this is
before you get in there, you have to pour a little bit of water into the side pouch so it can spray you.
Shrek
Yeah.
4D.
We just need ankle ticklers and we're there.
Oh my god.
But like the breeze stuff doesn't like after playing a game like Returnal and feeling the raindrops on the controller, I buy that BS a little bit. But it does, like, some of the things I feel like we are about to step into a boundary that is too far. Like it's again, like I don't want to experience someone taking a wiffle ball to my face. Like no way. I don't want that in my life. So I want to know what you guys think, because honestly, I'm really excited for PSVR 2. Like, I think it's an awesome piece of tech. Everything that they're telling me, I'm pretty much here for it. Like, give me a 4K screen so that my eyes don't get tired when I'm looking at the screen. Give me eye tracking so that it makes movement and me throwing stuff easier. And eliminate the camera, like, just entirely, because I mean,
100%.
I remember like the Oculus or the Rift. It's like you have 5 cameras looking at you. It's like, this is one step closer to Minority Report, and I don't need that in my life either.
15 feet in all directions squared for the cameras to have full, like, it's ridiculous. The cameras are not tenable for VR because most people live in small fucking apartments and don't have that much real estate.
It's like I have to set up home surveillance just to play in my VR games.
Yeah, in your VR dojo that you have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because everyone has like a dedicated room for just VR.
Yeah, it's my VR room. It's my VR tub.
I really like that they're, for the most part, they're like, okay, so we're going to just make this, pretty much motion sensors. We're going to make this just a one cable solution, though I would rather them just do no cables whatsoever.
Yeah, the cable does hurt. For sure.
Cables. Yeah, it's
2021,
man. No cables.
I will say, I think I'm the only person here who owns a VR headset. Is that correct? Chris Bridge-Elise, you don't own it?
He's not present.
David, but nobody. Yeah, he's not here because the episode we have a VR topic. We didn't put David on.
This one's for you, Dave.
Hey, I owned the PlayStation Eye toy.
That does not. No, I had the first generation PlayStation VR, and I loved it. I was a very early adopter, which, looking back, maybe I do regret a little bit. But and man, it's such a pain in the freaking butt to set that thing up. It's honestly, I bought the adapter for got the adapter for the PlayStation 5, and I'm like, I'm not going to set this up, even though I want to play Beat Saber again. I'm just like, that is too many cables to get back and do. But I appreciate that
it's actually a pretty good VR for like PC.
Yeah. Oh, for PCs, yeah. I've seen people do like the jumping through hoops to get it to work for a PC.
Really? And like that's something I like doing, just jumping through hoops to get things to work.
Yeah, but it's for what I got to play of it, which was a decent amount of games, I really enjoyed it. And every time I saw a new VR sale, I'd be like, oh, cool, I'm going to pick up something. Here's, what's the Justin Roiland game?
Steven Universe? No, that's a show.
Yeah, the
Trover Saves the Universe.
Trover Saves the Universe. Yeah, that game was freaking hilarious, and it was so good in VR. And there was tons of other little experiences I had to, like Moss. I freaking loved Moss. What a great game. And so I think making VR more accessible to the general public, because, well, I mean, right now nobody owns a PlayStation 5, but I get 7 million people. But getting that to more people, by the time this comes out, we'll hopefully have more PlayStation 5s in the wild, and hopefully people will be excited about getting PlayStation VR 2 or whatever they're going to call it. But I'm excited. Catching up with the chat, we've got 3 points go to Joseph for his many opinions on PlayStation and VR, as well as 1 point for Pridge for his anti-VR opinions. Pridge, you are up next, though. What would you like to talk about for your first topic of the show?
And I'm sorry to do this to you, Chris, but I'm absolutely talking about the Super Game.
No! My goofy joke! I'm ruined!
Pridge, tell us about Sega and their Super Game.
I'm certain there'll be a chance for you to make a goofy joke once I'm done.
Okay.
All right. So Sega is announcing its plan to make, and I quote, a Super Game. I don't know what this means. I really
I don't think they know what it means.
Truthfully, I don't even think Sega knows what this means. But what we do know is that it's going to be an FPS from a European studio, and that there's a creative assembly studio in Europe also working on a new sci-fi shooter that. We don't know if this is going to be the same game. But what is worth noting is that Sega believes this Super Game can reach lifetime sales of about 100 billion yen, or about $900 million. And my question is what Zach just said. Huh? Sega, noted company for making great games all the time, and never failing their own franchises, is apparently going to release a super FPS shooter that's going to make them $900 million.
Here's what I love about Sega. They really try to lowball you, right? They don't want to get your dreams too big. They're like,
they don't just throw around terms like super game or 100 billion yen.
Yeah, it's a humble $900 million.
Right.
You know, buy a cottage somewhere in a castle surrounded by a moat.
I want to know. I want to be at the executive meeting where they decided this. Like, how drunk were they? Just like after nailing down like Jaeger Bomb 6 and 7, they're just like, you know what? We'll call it a fucking Super Game. And it's gonna make $900 million. It's gonna be a Sonic shooter battle royale. It's heard it here first, folks.
It's a first-person shooter version of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Now, we're not 100% certain the first-person shooter is the Super Game, but it does seem that way.
That is true.
It heavily implies that. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Now, I have woken up from a 4-year nightmare that was the Trump administration, and when I read the Super Game, it really does go. I hear it in his goddamn voice. It's like,
yes,
it's a Super Game, folks. We have many steps. The Europeans are taking care of it. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be 900 million. It's like, oh man, I hate all of this.
I was very curious if Sega has any experience developing or publishing first-person shooter games. And in looking at the list of Sega franchises, I found one first-person shooter game,
which is
a very terrible game called The Conduit that came out for the Wii.
Oh, The Conduit!
Excuse you. That game's good.
No, it's not.
Well, not according to the reception page on it.
No.
What the hell is this? Hey, this got a sequel.
Yeah.
The Conduit 2.
According to Google, yes.
The Conduit.
Like 10 years ago.
Nice. That
And
The Conduit 2 was released in 2011.
This by the way, this whole thing came out at the Sega Sammy or possibly Sami.
No, it's Sammy. It's Sammy.
Sammy, thank you. Which is like a Sony investor press conference digital event thing.
Mhm.
And all I fucking know is that we need to get in this thing next time because baby, I want to be in the room when they drop the Super Game on me.
I also like how there's stages. Like someone made a PowerPoint. They're like, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5 creation of super game.
They're literally
yeah, no, hold on.
in this article. There literally
you know?
is like steps and like graphs that they've drawn,
No,
and then it's like
it's step 1, create super game. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit of about 100 billion.
Yes.
I just want to clarify this for people that are like audio listeners. This is not a step-by-step thing, as we have been led to believe by what we're just described. It is a 5-point like graph, and points 1 through 4 all say the exact same thing. Development of a new FPS title, utilization of IP assets, create aimed for 3 to 5 years from now, which is not a sentence. And then the 5th one just says creation of super game. Yep. Steps 1 through 4 are just this vague blob, and then we will get a super game out of it.
we will drop the super game on them.
The super game.
Really quick, catching up with the chat here. We've got 2 points for Pridge. Wait, no, actually, sorry. Oh, shit. Okay, 2 points for Pridge for his very funny opinions and jokes. A point for Joseph for the Trump impression here. We've got
maybe
Spy
take
Check.
one away from me, but okay.
we got a point point taken away for the Conduit was the best Wii first-person shooter for what little that is worth. Will takes a point away from me.
Conduit. Fair. I didn't know you existed.
Will takes away a point from me for the Contuit joke. Sorry, I don't have points. That's not how the show works. We have another point for Pridge. Another point taken away for the Trump joke.
Thank you.
Jeez, Pete. Lots of points going around, everybody. Chris, it is your turn to talk about your first topic of the show. We're only 40 minutes into recording.
We're very off track, so I'm going to throw you an audible. I'm going
Great.
to talk about the super game.
Okay, surprising me with more super game.
Because here's the thing, folks. I know what the super game's going to be.
Oh.
That's right. I've cracked it.
Oh.
I already told you, it's a Sonic Battle Royale.
Pridge, you're close. You're damn
Okay.
close.
God
But you're
damn
missing out on one key thing. Sega doesn't know fucking shit about the trends going on in the video game world now or in 5 years from now when the super game drops.
Okay.
So just to clarify, in this whole big Sega Stadia press conference, they made a point to discuss all of the IPs that they have total control of. By the way, the example of active IPs is like a third of the length of the example of dead IPs, which, hey, Sega, you okay, homie? Y'all good over there? Because it doesn't seem like it. But they list they list their active IPs as Phantasy Star, which, hey, barely. Sonic, yes. Total War, yes. Football Manager, yeah. Okay, big time. And then Yakuza, and then Persona / Shin Megami Tensei, both of which I would say, yeah, those are active. I mean,
for sure.
I mean, the Yakuza games actually sell crazy, and so does anything that has SMT on the cover of it.
Mhm.
But yes, they made a big effort to go through all of their painstaking stuff that's dead, all the dead franchises that they have just sitting in the back of Jim Sega's garage. And yes, they also spent time to highlight that this is an FPS. So Pridge is damn close. It is Sonic. It is Sonic, and it is an FPS. That's right. You are running as Sonic the Hedgehog in first person, and you go fast. You go so fast. You go so goddamn fast. You punch through the dimensions, and you're out of Sonic. Yeah. And you know where you are? You're in Sony's backyard now, baby, because they need new IPs. They need new IPs real bad, and they need exclusive IPs. Stuff they can only get from Sega, because Sega has dead franchises. And dead franchises can be exclusive franchises if you try hard enough. So you're Sonic the Hedgehog, and you're just sprinting and going, and you have a gun now. Wait, what? You're Shadow now. That's right. You're shooting. It's a hero shooter. Didn't see that coming, did you? They brought it back. Overwatch 3? That's right. It's just the super game, and it's the Smash Bros. Of first-person shooters featuring all the dead franchises. Sonic is there. Panzer Dragoon is there. 999 Nights is there. Tekken is there. It's not dead, but let's be real. Yakuza Boys. That's right. Kiryu's there. He's got a gun now.
I got a question.
Go ahead. I can keep going, but go ahead.
So where did you find the cocaine that the Sega board members obviously took when they were doing this PowerPoint?
This is the key that unlocks it.
It's in the Yingling, okay.
It's in the Yingling, yeah. And they don't just stop there. You know what Sony has? A lot of goddamn money. And what they can do is acquire dead franchises. All of them. That's right. Beyond Good and Evil, dead franchise. It's theirs now. What's that? We just punch through the next dimension. We're going so fast. We're in the Psychonauts world. It's Raz. Hop in, buddy. You got to use your mind powers to kill Kratos. In the first person shooter Overwatch Smash game. And then finally we go to, of course, Sony's deadest franchise of them all, at least deadest to me, Kingdom Hearts. Goofy's there. I don't give a shit. I was trying to speed through Gorsh.
All right.
Gorsh. Yes, it's time to load up.
I deserve points for not stopping once, except for when I was asked the question.
Fine, I'll give you a point for that. That was listeners, viewers. I apologize for this. Spy Check says I'll take a point to whatever Chris has. Point for Chris. I get a point from David for sitting through all of that. Dan gives a point to Dreams can come out for the Dreams did come out for the PlayStation 4, Chris. Take away a point.
Oh. What? I was talking about 999 Nights. The fuck is he talking about?
I don't know. Dinky Danky gives a point, says this is big BDG energy right now. That's kind of true. David takes away a point. You know why you lost this point, Chris.
Oh, that's fair.
Sibylla, I keep my word. Goofy joke. Chris gets a point for that. And Halucha points to Chris and his chaos, but still mentioning Psychonauts and Beyond Good and Evil. Even in the context that they are dead franchise. Hayo takes away a point. Hayo showing up. Long time.
Just to take a dig.
To take away a point. So this is probably going to be cut around me explaining all of that. But that was a lot of points given and taken away from Chris.
Hayo, I'm nerfing your Pokemon gym for that.
Elise, the final topic of the first round, please take it away.
Let's talk about Mario 65. Sorry, DK 65.
Good.
The Mario Odyssey team is working on a new Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
Rare was the studio, or sorry, Retro. I always get them confused because they made a bunch of Rare sequels.
Mm-hmm.
But Retro was the game that worked on, or the team that worked on the Donkey Kong Returns and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze games. Mm-hmm. So this isn't going to be that. It's not going to be a continuation. It's made by the Mario Odyssey team, which is a 3D platformer team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3D platformer game. This DK65 sequel to DK64.
Great name. If they name it that, I will actually buy it.
If they name it that, I will also buy it. DK64, famously a bad game.
Oh shit! Shots fired. You're not wrong.
It's not good. I expect the Mario Odyssey team to make it good because Mario Odyssey, famously, a very good game. One of the best games on the Switch.
Agreed.
I just want one thing from this. Just one small thing. Give me Donkey Kong, give me Funky Kong, give me fucking Tiny Kong, whatever the fuck. I don't care which Kongs we get.
Mm-hmm.
What I want is Beaver Bother.
I don't.
Beaver Bother was one of the barrel mini games in Donkey Kong 64, and it was basically impossible.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about now. Yep.
And the only reason I want this is so that Harry Bomber Guy can ask more people how to beat Beaver Bother, specifically Graham Linehan.
I don't think I get.
And also,
I don't think I get those references. I'm sure they're very funny to people too.
At least you're hitting me with some deep cuts, and I appreciate it.
Dan in the chat says, "I get it. It is funny."
Otherwise, Donkey Kong, honestly, I don't think has had a good game ever.
Ever?
Whoa!
That's my hot take.
Whoa!
Holy shit, Elise.
Donkey Kong Country is a bad game. It's a bad 2D platformer. It's it was revolutionary for the technology that they did at the time, or at least the techniques that they used. And that was cool. But the fucking platforming is trash. It feels like ass. And the secrets are basically you just have to kill yourself in every single pixel to be able to figure them out.
Damn.
And then Donkey Kong Returns was basically the same thing, slightly better, but still like killed you out of fucking nowhere. Still,
wow.
Like, and then Donkey Kong 64 was just a mess of the game.
You never played Tropical Freeze?
Tropical Freeze also was basically Donkey Kong Returns. It had cool level design.
Okay.
I think there was a lot of good to the level design of Tropical Freeze. However, it was the like platforming, like movement was still the controls were still really clunky, I felt, and there was a bunch of just shit that came out of nowhere that kind of ruined a lot of the levels.
Damn.
Do you think it's his like business casual attire that's really like turning you off from him as a character?
Is it the tie? Do you hate?
It's the tie. Like, should he lose it or
that he's
just get the suit?
clearly a disaster capitalist?
What I think he needs really is like a JoJo hat.
Oh, that's how we rebrand Donkey Kong.
Hey David, I know you're watching. I have a great idea for a save data cast: redesigning Donkey Kong, and we just have me up with Photoshop the entire time, and we try to add shit to Donkey Kong to make him a better design.
That actually is.
I want to know: does just a belt save Donkey Kong's design?
Tetsuya Nomura designs Donkey Kong. I'm going to quickly go through the chat here because we are running long. David gives a point to Elise for Mario 65. Will takes away a point. Donkey Kong 64 is better than Brink. That joke sucks. Dan gives a point back. Brink is irrelevant. David then takes away a point. Elise, Tropical Freeze exists. Get out of here. Halucha says, Elise speaking truth about Donkey Kong, not sorry, gives a point. Wow, I'm surprised. So many Donkey Kong haters. Sibylla also a point for Elise because whether it's true or not, that's a brave move. And Dinker Danky gives a point. I also don't like Donkey Kong. Wow. I'm shocked at how many people in the chat.
It's a polarizing franchise.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That's true. That's fair. But still, I'm shocked.
I mean, I respect it. I've never I think Donkey Kong as a character is dumb, but like I get why people like it, I guess.
You mean you don't like just a character whose whole thing is a big monkey?
Yeah, like give me something a little bit more than that, you know?
I mean,
give me some motivation. Someone took all his bananas, murdered his kid. Yeah. Like give me something that he needs to do, you know?
We only had 3 Nintendo characters at the time. One of them was just a big monkey. One of them was just a plumber. And the other guy was a twink who has to save Hyrule. So give him a little bit of break there.
We love that twink, okay?
Yeah.
We still love him to
Link's
that
the best character of the 3. And that's not saying much.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Really quick, because we are going long. We're going to lightning round the next time. Joseph, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
You know what? Because I'm a PlayStation guy, let's go with PlayStation. Announcing that they have 25 PS5 games, half of which are new franchises.
This is a
really good one because honestly, you know, I don't know how many of y'all are PlayStation fans here, but for the past few months, it's been kind of, not to say rough, but it's been rather silent in Sony land. Like Sony ain't talking to us. We see Xbox over there celebrating Game Pass, getting these big wins with Bethesda joining the Xbox studios. We even seen PlayStation games on Game Pass while PlayStation says it's impossible to do it on their end. It's good to see that people that should be talking are talking. So having Herman Hulst, the president of their first party their first party lineup, pretty much kind of reassuring people that, hey, listen, everybody settle down. The house isn't on fire. We are working on stuff, right? For him to go out and say, listen, we are currently working on 25 PlayStation 5 games for the future of this brand at this very moment, and half of which are new IP. It's really awesome to see because the one thing that I think people have been kind of trying to find where the weakness is in PlayStation this generation. And some people, like, they see the Uncharted, Last of Us kind of rotation and they get worried of, okay, are you just going to turn Naughty Dog into the Last of Us factory? Are you going to turn Santa Monica and just or Insomniac rather and just Spider-Man, machine? It's cool for them to say, no, we're going to let these teams create, be weird, be themselves, create new IP on top of that, and partner with people. PlayStation's the best when they do partnerships, like Bloodborne, the greatest game of this generation, last generation, and any generation. It's the best game ever made. That's just a fact. It's been 2,225 days or 26 days since the launch of Bloodborne. It's an amazing IP, all done through their second-party support. So, like, seeing even the Kina devs say, yeah, our project with PlayStation, our second project with PlayStation, Kina isn't even out yet. And they're just like, we're going to be doing some really crazy stuff with the tech. So seeing PlayStation foster new relationships and mend old ones and do some pretty cool stuff, that's what I want to see from them. So I think this week was important because it was really reassuring the fans that no, we aren't risk averse. We are taking risks. We are taking chances. We are going to, at the same time, give you the balance of what we know you love, like a new Ratchet or a new Horizon or a new God of War, but still, be risky. And that's what I like the most of them. I think 2 weeks ago, they proved it with Housemarque's Returnal. Returnal is a really fun game-ass game. It's unapologetically a video game. And it's tough, and it knows what it is. And, that's what type of relationships I want Sony to build in the future. So, this news pretty rad, and I really dig it. So, yeah, good on you, Sony. Crushing it as always.
100%. I exactly what you said, where earlier this year, there was the news that a lot of their studios were being put to make it, they're going to remake Last of Us Part 1. They're going to just keep making sequels, blah, blah, blah. This is exactly the news they needed to get out there to say, hey, no, it's cool, everybody. Like you said, the house isn't on fire yet. So
yeah,
a smart move of PR.
And it's just like a really awesome thing of like, hey, Xbox could do their thing with Game Pass, and that's great. PlayStation could do their thing with their first party, and Nintendo can make a Donkey Kong sequel. Like they could all do their own thing, and everybody's succeeding at it. So yeah, I love it.
Amen. Pridge, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
I'm going to talk about some of the interesting things we've learned about how E3 Online Portal is going to work.
Yeah, that's coming up very soon.
Yes, it is, and we'll be talking about it a lot more as it gets closer. So basically, E3 is coming up soon. E3 starts June 12th, I believe, and starting the 7th, the online portal will open. Now, what they're doing is they're trying to basically, make E3 as interactive as possible, despite the fact that it will obviously all be online and virtual, which basically means there will be an app that will be free to download for people, and it's going to include some interesting features. There's going to be exhibitor booths where you can sort of tune in for special events or watch VOD content or read articles, probably ones for each of the specific game companies. There's going to be lounges, which are going to be online gathering spots for all E3 attendees. There's going to be forums, which are forums, in case you don't know what those are. Profile creation, in case you didn't know what a profile is. And then they're also going to have leaderboards, which apparently they're going to try to gamify show elements that you can collect and display, so you can be the best at watching E3.
I'm going to win E3.
I'm going to be the best E3 watcher.
Guys, okay, hold on. We should go for that. We should try and get one of those. If they give out medals, we should try and get one.
This sounds like the absolute worst. This sounds like someone's...
Here, guys, what we'll do is everyone on save data, we'll make a shared account.
Right.
And we'll just share the credentials, and we'll try and team up and make save data the winningest E3 watcher ever.
One of us will just constantly be logged in, racking
2021
up those points.
save data wins E3.
You know the number one person is just gonna be a guy that's like shit posting on every little forum they have.
It's gonna be fucking Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jeff just shit posting through an anonymous like.
Yeah, the account name will be Kef Geely, and it's like, who is it?
69 XX420.
Sorry, do you mean the character from Dive Kick? Not even a joke. That's that character's name.
I forgot that was the name. Chris, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
Let's get back to a good old fashioned state of tradition and ask, hey Ubisoft, what the fuck, y'all? And shockingly, this isn't about Skull and Bones being delayed to 2022, but man, Skull and Bones sure got delayed to 2022, didn't it, guys? One day we're gonna. Here's the thing about Skull
I think
and
it
Bones.
was delayed to 2023, my dude.
Jesus fucking Christ. Here's the thing that's wild about Skull and Bones is that one day, eventually, we're going to have to talk about that game, and it's going to be a real tangible thing or canceled. No middle ground.
Well, I mean, like, what would the middle ground be? It half comes out?
It comes out and it's not worth talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Which is, hey, man, that's very
Sounds
possible.
very realistic at this point.
But no, instead, Ubisoft says, well, Ubisoft kind of says in a press release video thingamajiggy, that AAA games, who needs them? We're all about that free to play shit now. And then very quickly, some PR person at Ubisoft gets inbox just floods with emails from angry people, and you're just like, oh no, and they walk it back saying, no, we're still working on their AAA stuff. Don't worry about it. And as odd as it might be, I'm gonna half stick up for Ubisoft here because I think that this is a little misconstrued. I think a lot of people did. I think a lot of people saw the headline, didn't really get a lot of the context. They were at the time talking about Tom Clancy's The Division,
Heartland. You're right.
Heartland. Okay, yeah. Which is a free to play version of The Division, which is a little more like lobby, and you go out and do a mission based.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's kind of like it's kind of like Dauntless in a weird way. Does Ubisoft own that? No, Epic owns that.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dauntless in a weird way. But yeah, it's more like lightly focused. It's not like the big Division story, not so much at least. And it's it's more digestible. You hop in, you do your mission, you get your dailies, you hop off. Which honestly, that sounds fine to me. I like the Division in concept. I'm not going to be fucking really hunkering down and playing all the bullshit through. Yeah, so I think what Ubisoft is trying to say here is that going forward, a lot of their more multiplayer focused or more like social or casual focused, or even their shooters will be geared more at the free-to-play market, as opposed to, you pay $60 for a AAA game. Oops, it's been 3 months. Pay $20 for your map pack and all your cosmetics, your skins, and the battle passes. Instead, here's a free-to-play game. Pay for the cosmetics and the skins and the battle passes. Yeah. Every month. Damn right. Which, here's the thing. I'm fine with this, and it's gonna happen anyway. Because really, not many FPS franchises or not many big multiplayer franchises are charging you the $60 a year anymore. It's really just Call of Duty. Battlefield hasn't come out in a while now. Battlefront, I think if they do a Battlefront 3, it'll be a free-to-play with cosmetics like that. Right now, there's pumping cosmetics into 2, though, because kids love Star Wars. But like
I
Apex,
love Star Wars.
See, Apex, Fortnite, Valorant. I mean CS:GO to an extent. Which I mean it's fucking like what $10 CS:GO. A lot of these are you get in, you go, and then you spend all your money on the cosmetics. And Ubisoft, despite being incapable of speaking like humans, that's a very nice lightsaber. Speaking like humans and getting their point across in a tangible sense, they fucking love money. And I think that even if they walk this statement back to be like, hey, we're not giving up on AAA games, a lot of their franchises are going to be going free to play, and they are going to be going cosmetic focused and battle pass focused. That's kind of where the industry is. And don't worry, I'm sure we will still get many stories about Ubisoft releasing poorly timed, poorly named, or just flat out racist content any week now. That's what this fucking company does.
Yeah.
CS:GO has been free to play for the last 2 years.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it when I was saying it, but I was like, no. I paid money for CS:GO, but I also bought CS:GO when it released. So what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
Honestly, as a sheep that will buy most Ubisoft stuff, I will say that I don't have a problem with it too. I think they look at something like Call of Duty. They have their base game and Warzone attached to it, and they see how well the free to play game and the actual game complement each other. And I think that's what they see, and they're like, yeah, we'll make a free to play whatever battle royale game out of the Division, and we'll at the same exact time have the base game of Division. Hopefully those two things play off each other. All that said, to just show you guys, look at this is a 1-to-1 Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber I got for my birthday. Even has the divots and everything.
Oh,
does
damn.
does it give you +1 to falling in a pit and dying?
No, but it does give me +2 of getting stabbed in the chest and watching my mentor will watch me die and fall into a pit. So it's real tragic.
And you go,
real tragic.
Well,
I think it's happening. You get
I do have.
I
have a
love
question
Surfer
for-
Bra Qui-Gon.
Yes,
I
Elise?
have a question for Chris about
Yes,
this.
hello.
Is that this is definitely where the industry is right now. It's where the industry has been
Absolutely.
going for the past couple of years,
Mhm.
at least. When does it end? And what's the next thing? Do you have any insight?
As far as I see multiplayer games going, it doesn't end. Free to play games are easy because you get over the initial hurdle of getting the kid to ask their parents for $60.
Mhm.
When the kid's already playing it, they can just consume all of the media, all the fucking Twitch highlight videos, all the deep lore videos about Fortnite by some 14-year-old jackass on YouTube with 6 million subscribers. I'm not bitter, you're bitter. And then when they're already hooked, mom, can I have $10 for a battle pass? $10. Yeah, of course you can. Here you go. 2 weeks later, can I have $10 for this skin? Yeah, it's $10, whatever the fuck. But then that adds up, and in the time period that you would buy one Call of Duty game, a calendar year, $60, it's you've spent $140 on skins and battle passes, and that's better if you're a
Yeah.
company trying to make money.
Yeah, you described my Fortnite addiction. I saw Aloy and I was like, and purchase.
Okay, I'm not
I
gonna
saw
lie.
Master Chief and I was like, purchase.
They added Aloy to Fortnite, and for a split second, I was like, I play Fortnite. No.
Oh yeah, no, I'm deep in that bullshit.
Oh,
I love it.
Folks,
Yep.
we've lost him.
Never had me, fam.
Catching up with the chat, David gives a point, says R.I.P. Skull and Bones. Dan gives a point, says, man, I wish some families weren't so rich that they could actually worry about how much their kids were spending on free-to-play games. And Sevilla says, yeah, roast them. Roasted.
I can't wait for when we have kids and our kids are like, hey, can I have microtransaction money? And we're like, for that shit game? Absolutely not. Why don't you play a real game? Get back in your League of Legends hole, Kyle.
Oh, no. Last but not least, OP. OP gives a point to Chris for spitting facts about how kids are dragged down the microtransaction rabbit hole.
Hey, man, it's predatory. It's borderline illegal. It teaches gambling addictions, but it makes money.
It does make money.
It does make money.
Elise,
It's bad.
Elise,
Yes.
save us from the nothing we've become. Bring us home. Final topic of the show. What do you got?
Well, from one save data tradition to another,
Oh, no.
from dumping on Ubisoft, let's dump on Epic.
Oh, okay.
In the confidential documents leaked or declassified from the Epic Apple lawsuit was many things.
Mhm.
One of them was their plans for the PlayStation games coming to PC.
Mhm.
Basically, they offered up to $200 million for 4 to 6 PlayStation titles to Sony.
Mhm.
First party titles, that is. Sony first party titles. And they were awaiting feedback. We don't know where this went. It might have fallen through, it might not be there yet, it might be in many negotiations. As far as we know, it hasn't happened.
Mhm.
$200 million is a lot of fucking money
Sure is.
for 4 to 6 titles. And that's
That's-
because of Epic strategy, which we know.
That's almost a
Is-
fifth of what the Super game is going to make Sega.
Pennies, some would say.
I think that's about. Isn't that they're looking for
900 million?
$900 million.
Yeah.
They're looking for 100 billion yen. Okay, so that's like $1 billion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's about
Okay.
It's about
Yeah.
900. It's like 920
Yeah.
mil in
Yeah.
US roughly.
Math.
I usually just think of it as a yen as a cent.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way anymore though, because fucking inflation.
That's fair.
It's close enough though.
The Epic Game Store, though.
Epic Game Store. Sorry, we got off track.
Money.
Epic's strategy has always been, from the launch of the Epic Game Store, get games. Doesn't matter that everyone hates the storefront. It doesn't matter that no one wants this piece of shit software installed on their PC. If they have games, they've got people coming. Which, has that worked out for them? I mean, they get some people that maybe download the program to buy one game or to get the free games, like me. I download it to get the free games.
All about the free games.
And every time, I don't know how true this is, but every time, like how much it is actually representative. Whenever a game comes to Epic, like as an exclusive, everyone just says, I'm just going to wait until it comes to Steam. I'm going to wait a year or two or whatever until it comes to Steam. And I don't, like I said, that's probably just a vocal minority. But the thing is, a lot of people don't have Epic games installed.
Sure.
And what they really should be fucking doing is make your store work. You know, you don't need 4 to 6 PlayStation games. And listen, I'm happy that these games are coming to Steam. I'm not going to buy them, at least not on Epic for full price. But I'm happy that they're coming to PC because it means I can play them. It means, like, thanks to Epic, I can play Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which I started playing last night. Thanks,
You'll be
Epic.
disappointed all over again.
Listen,
Can I say-
that game's pretty good. That game's pretty good, actually.
Can I say the most important thing that's come out of the Epic v Apple lawsuit is one of the greatest transcripts I have ever seen ever.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're talking about the Peely papers, and they are the
Papers.
most. It's amazing. It's literally just a fast thing. I have to read it every time now. Epic is brought up.
It's so good.
This is it. All right, I'm gonna read it. Attorney, is there anything inappropriate about Peely without the suit? Just to let you all know, Peely is a character in Fortnite that's literally a giant banana. The judge, the attorney, Wessinger. No, there is not. Attorney, if we could just put up on the screen a picture of Peely. Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes? Wessinger, it's just a banana, ma'am. You know, half the time I'm like, I hate this judicial system. It just doesn't work. But then I see these gems, and it just gives me a little bit of hope.
It's just a banana, ma'am.
It's just a banana. It's
So,
Your Honor, it's just a banana, a regal banana at that.
The only thing I know about Fortnite and Peely is that Ryu canonically murdered Peely.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is so fucking awesome.
It's incredible.
Yeah. What I also wanted to mention, which was in the same article, is this wasn't just about the Epic Games thing. It was also Microsoft is apparently forcing games, forcing like developers that are publishing on Xbox to allow for xCloud streaming. Literally saying, if you don't allow it, you're not publishing on Xbox.
Interesting.
This is part of, I don't think we talked about it last week, but it was one of our topics, was that they're cutting 12% of their cut in Xbox sales. Part of that is they're basically bargaining with their devs, with the bigger devs, saying, if we cut 12% off our cut, you allow xCloud on all your games. And then for the smaller developers that just need to publish on Xbox, they just bully them into it.
Lots of interesting things coming out from this this trial, which personally I love seeing all this stuff because it's like, oh cool, this is how the sausage gets made. Here's all these deals going on in the rooms that we would never have heard about, except for friggin' Tim Sweeney just got real mad at Apple one day. And really committed to this
Tim
lawsuit.
Sweeney woke up and chose violence.
He did. However, that does in fact mean Chris, Pridge, and Elise, it's time to go home and become family men because this week's winner is Joseph.
Family people.
Oh my God, family ties. Give this one's for you, Urkel.
Joseph, I actually don't think I mentioned this. If you are the winner, you get to talk all by yourself for a whole minute about whatever you'd like. Are you ready to do so?
Yeah, okay, a whole minute. My goodness, I've never had this much time.
Take it away.
Yeah, I'll just use it to pitch myself and what we're doing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
But you know what? This is my minute. I get to do whatever I want. You don't get to tell me what to do. Hi, everybody. First off, I'd like to thank the big person upstairs. That's right. Thank you for this win. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my mother for always believing in me. I wanted to say thank you, everybody, for having me. This is a lot of fun. I think I probably talked way too much and didn't understand the rules too good because my brain don't work that well. But thank you all so much for having me. I had an absolute blast chatting, and this is the first game show I ever won. So I guess I'll take my check in the mail. You can find me over at the Trophy Room. It's a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players, where each and every Thursday, me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. You can find the video version of that podcast over on YouTube of the Trophy Room channel, and you can find the Trophy Room of PlayStation podcast wherever you find your podcast service of choice. We're doing a thing right now. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Once we hit 200 reviews on iTunes, which we're about to worldwide, we will be giving away a copy of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on the day of its release. We're really excited for that. We have some awesome stuff for Pride Month as well that I've been working behind the scenes about. I'm very excited because things are going along pretty swimmingly. So a lot of awesome stuff to look forward to. I definitely talked over a minute, but again, this is my award show now.
Yeah,
you got it. You nailed it.
It's
Thank
his
you all
party.
so
He can
much.
cry if he wants to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes, folks, please go do support Joseph on that. Again, the Trophy Room of PlayStation podcast is absolutely fantastic, and I do recommend checking that out.
Yeah.
Important things to plug for us this week, though. We will do this quickly because I have to be on another podcast in 12 minutes. I just realized.
Great game.
Great game. Excited for it. Willem Dafoe voicing a good guy for once. Anyways, that's not important.
Yeah.
We did mention E3 is coming up very next week. We will be doing another episode of Save Data Cast. That happens on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In which we will be doing our E3 predictions. Again, if you haven't seen us do that before, we make a big thing out of it. We do challenges. Whoever has the most predictions be correct wins for that year. I believe we actually owe Pridge a pizza from last year. We still haven't sent this man a pizza. He deserves it. So be excited for that. It's one of my favorite times of year. E3 is fun. It's fun to be a gamer at E3. About the only time it's fun to be a gamer. Anyways, other things to look forward to. If you haven't heard yet, we are making our very own Pokemon game that is being headed by Chris, David, and Jason.
It's true.
Chris, you want to talk about that real fast?
Yeah, if you join us in our Discord, you can check out our hashtag secret project. Not a secret anymore. It's Pokemon Data. We're making our own Pokemon game. The demo of it we released a little bit ago. It's a Pokemon game that we made. David and I are doing all like the level design, and then of course Jason, with his infinite Pokemon knowledge, is actually doing like the nuts and bolts of, hey, here's how to make a Pokemon game that's actually balanced and like competitively fun, and you don't just steamroll your way through it like most Pokemon games. And then whenever that is completed, we'll be doing a full playthrough of it, which we'll be doing all the voices. Zach will try not to die. It'll be great. If you want to be in that, you can do that. Just join our Discord, come hang out. And if you join us in Patreon, even as a $1 level patron, you will be a trainer in the game. You can punk on Zach. You can beat him up. You can throw Torchics at its face, whatever you want to do.
Please don't throw Torchics at my face. I'm trying to think anything else major to plug. Also in relation to that, every Monday now we are streaming more Pokemon Nuzlocke of just Emerald in preparation of this to get me hyped up for actually playing this Nuzlocke, because it's been a while since I played a Pokemon game all the way through. Been a while. Also, if you didn't know, every Wednesday we do our Ace Attorney with an actual lawyer streams. That's me, Pridge, and Wes playing through the Ace Attorney series. Going super well. we're almost at the end of the first game. I feel like we've been saying that for about 5 weeks now, but hey, we're actually almost there now. So get excited for that.
Is so long.
It's literally over half the series is going to be just this one case because it's absurdly long. And also be excited because at some point we will do the return of Elise's Disco Elysium with an actual communist playthrough. That was a lot of fun during our big 12-hour stream last month. But we will get back to that at some point when we have a little bit more bandwidth in our schedules. Because we do too much content. I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Well,
No.
I'm going to say,
good.
Once again, please go, one, just for yourself, go vote 5 stars on the Trophy Room and PlayStation podcast. And while you're there doing that, give us a 5-star review too, because hey, that helps us out as well.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to do it, folks. Again, thank you so much for watching. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
And thank you, Holly. They cheered 100 bits right at the end for Zach for being a great host. Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh, that's nice.